Hey everyone, and welcome back to Cruising with Matthew. Today, I'm going to give you a tour of Virgin Voyages' newest ship, Resilient Lady, which I was lucky enough to cruise on for a 7-night media trip in June 2023. So I really hope you enjoy this video. Resilient Lady was launched in May 2023, carrying out her maiden voyage on the 14th of May. Weighing in at 110,000 gross tons with a capacity of 2,770 passengers, or sailors as Virgin calls us, and 1,100 crew, she can be considered a medium to large size ship by today's standards. Resilient Lady is the third ship for Virgin, taking after Scarlet and Valiant Lady, with a fourth ship, Brilliant Lady, being launched later this year. Although it can divide opinion, I absolutely love the exterior design of Resilient Lady, as I found her sleek and stylish to look at, with splashes of red making her stand out in any port. Virgin's whole ethos is doing things differently, and when I saw her for the first time in Piraeus, you could definitely tell this was going to be a special ship, as she looked completely different to all the other cruise ships in port. So without further ado, let's take a look around this unique ship. Starting on deck 5, the majority of this space consists of cabins, however midship you'll find the Redemption Spa. This is the place to go if you fancy a bit of pampering in your cruise. If you want to use the spa itself, there's a range of massages, treatments and acupuncture options to choose from. You can even enjoy a couples massage, which me and Yeyan would have absolutely loved if we'd had more time. There is also the option to enjoy their thermal spa, which we were kindly gifted the opportunity to do. This would cost $39 on a port day or $59 on a sea day. The thermal spa itself consisted of a range of spaces including a steam, mud and salt rooms as well as a sauna. There was also a small pool with both hot and cold plunge pools nearby, as well as these heated marble lounges which offered some great views out to sea. We really enjoyed our time here and felt thoroughly relaxed. However, I would have liked some form of hot tub instead of those hot and cold plunge pools, but that's just my opinion. Moving further aft, we pass by Sailor Services. This is the place to go if you have any ship-based queries. Nearby, you'll find two of Resilient Lady's restaurants. The first of these was Razzle Dazzle, with decor inspired by the dazzle camouflage used by ships to avoid U-boat attacks in World War I. Offering both brunch and dinner, Razzle Dazzle lets you pick either naughty options, which are animal-based, or nice, which are purely plant-based. Me and Yeyan really enjoyed having brunch and dinner here, as it allowed us to try some styles of food which we wouldn't normally consider in a normal restaurant. Adjacent is Pink Agave. As someone who doesn't know all that much about Mexican cuisine, I wasn't sure what to expect. However, my worries were unfounded as we had a fantastic time here. The service was really high quality and they did a great job at accommodating Yeyan's dairy intolerance. Moving up to deck 6 at the very aft of the ship, we find the wake. This offers some great views over the wake of the ship from the numerous large picture windows situated here. Brunch is a real treat whatever the view outside, and I'd really recommend giving it a go at least once during your cruise. The steak and eggs is a personal highlight. The wake also offers dinner options and is especially popular, and for good reason. Primarily a steak and seafood restaurant, there are a ton of options for each, and I had a fantastic hanger steak which was probably one of the best steaks I've ever tasted. Although there was so much food, but do try and keep room for dessert. Moving further forward, we encounter two more of Resilient Lady's restaurants. This includes Extra Virgin, which is an elevated Italian-style restaurant. This includes a wide range of foods with many courses as well, including starters, a charcuterie board, a pasta dish, a main dish, as well as a dessert. Whilst we were really impressed with the food that we got, it was unfortunately our least favourite restaurant on board, as they seemed to really struggle to accommodate Yeyan's dairy intolerance. This led to us having to wait around a fair bit for his stuff to be made, even though we tried to pre-order the day before and they said that wasn't necessary. As a result, we had to skip dessert as we didn't want to miss a show. Although it was by no means the end of the world, it did spoil the experience a little and was quite surprising given the fact this was on a line which prides itself in its food options. However, I'll talk more in detail about this in a future food dedicated video for Resilient Lady. On a happier note, adjacent on Deck 6 is the Test Kitchen, which was probably my favourite restaurant on board. This offered an experimental take on dining. Simply put, expect the unexpected, with the dishes that I had being the most unique I've ever eaten and also tasted incredible to boot. As a scientist, I loved the lab-themed decor, as well as the fact that you could sit in areas which overlooked the chef's stations, so you could see the food being made right in front of you. The menu also changes halfway through the cruise, so do be sure to book both if you enjoy Test Kitchen, as you'll get to try two completely different styles of menu. Moving further midships, we pass by the High Street, which offers a massive range of shopping outlets to choose from. This includes designer clothes, watches, jewellery, and everything else in between. Moving midships on Deck 6, we encounter the lower level of the Roundabout, which is Resilient Lady's equivalent to an atrium. This featured a large amount of seating, which often was a site for some performers such as the guitarist Matthew Lennox. Nearby is On the Rocks, which is a cosy cocktail bar tucked into one side of the Roundabout. This has to be one of my favourite bars on board Resilient Lady and offers a great array of cocktails here with some fantastic views too, thanks to the several large porthole windows in this space. Now we love sitting here at the end of an evening listening to the talented Miss Davies and the 45s perform here, as well as earlier in the evenings enjoy more intimate performances by the diva Miss Titicaca, who was the resident drag queen on board, as well as Lola from Lola's Library. My only issue here is the fact that the curved design of this bar means that a good section of the seating in the back of the venue is actually obstructed from seeing the performer, which seems a bit of a design flaw in my opinion. Opposite to On the Rocks are yet more shops and services, including the Dry Dock Salon and the Stubble and Groom Barbershop. Unique to Virgin is the fact that you also have your own tattoo bar known as Squid Ink, which is really cool and seems like a great way of remembering your holiday if you're into tattoos. Moving further aft on Deck 6, we pass by the casino, which offered a range of slot machines and tables and felt really spacious. Although I don't gamble, passing by here the casino and bar staff always seemed super friendly, so if you're a fan of gambling, I'm sure you're going to enjoy your time here. Nestled within the casino complex itself is the entrance to the Manor, which is arguably the most iconic and a little disorientating entrance on board a Virgin Voyages ship, which offers some great Instagrammable spots to take some photos or videos. The Manor itself is a 2-deck high nightclub, although it transforms for various performances throughout the cruise, including Lola's Library, which is a 3-hour epic blending book genres like fairy tale, horror, mystery, and even a bit of sci-fi with an immersive cabaret show. Now, other shows include members of the Happenings cast, and this includes the hostess, who performs The Hostess Sings Her Secrets, which is full of postmodern jukebox style songs, powerful vocals, and a good bit of sass and humour as well. There's also the diva, who performs her 80 minutes around the world, which was so much fun and utter chaos at times, but we never stopped laughing throughout. Finally, there's Another Rose, which is Resilient Lady's only extra charge dining experience, which couples a 4-course meal with an epic love story. In my opinion, draws inspiration from Romeo and Juliet with a lot more going on and a few more romances at play. The show itself is incredible, if a little chaotic in the best way. There's ghost flowers singing, people dancing on your tables whilst you hold on to your glass of rosé for dear life, with some quite emotional performances going on too. This, coupled with a really tasty 4-course meal, was certainly worth the $50 we paid, and is a little different to what you see offered throughout the rest of the ship. Now, the Manor hosts themed club nights that go on late into the night if you're wanting to dance the night away with the help of some of the Happenings cast. Now, leaving the Manor and going right to the front of the ship, you encounter the Red Room, which spans both decks 6 and 7. This multifunctional theatre space hosts a range of shows during your cruise, including Persephone, which is exclusive to Resilient Lady. Now, Persephone depicts the journey of the goddess Persephone as she is lured to the underworld by Hades, leaving Olympus and her mother Demeter. The vocals and choreography are just out of this world. There's also some breathtaking acrobatics and gymnastics going on as well. It's lots of fun and is probably the best show that I have ever seen on a cruise ship, something which I don't say lightly. Next up is the Misbehave show. The audience is split into 2 to score points in a made-up game that has no rules, until there are. It's absolutely bonkers and I had no idea what was going on throughout, yet it was so much fun, and ended in a surprisingly wholesome way. It might be weird, but approach it with an open mind and you'll have the best time. Moving up to deck 7 and leaving the upper level of the Red Room, we pass by the Groupie, which offers several private karaoke booths which can be booked free of charge. Moving further midships, we pass through the Sip Lounge. This is Resilient Lady's champagne lounge, so if you're a fan of something bubbly, then this is the place for you. Sip is also the place where you can enjoy an extra charge afternoon tea, which costs $19 per person or $35 with a glass of bubbly. Moving midships, we find ourselves in the upper level of the Roundabout. Now, although this is smaller than most atriums I've come across, I really enjoyed the Roundabout as it had a bright and airy feel, and I loved walking down those spiral stairs down to deck 6. Within the Roundabout, you'll find the Draft House, which features a number of beers as well as some artisan bottled beers too. Nearby is Virgin Vinyl, which is Resilient Lady's own record shop, and also doubles up as a DJ set on key events such as Scarlet Night as well as on Embarkation Day. Nearby is the Chart Room, if you need any help with Shore Things, which are Virgin's excursions. Next door is Get Lost, which is Resilient Lady's Future Voyage Lounge. This is the place to go if you want to discuss booking another cruise on board, where you can enjoy extra benefits such as some money off your cruise or extra money towards a bar tab, for instance. Now, just off from the Roundabout is the fantastically named Lick Me Till Ice Cream, which offers a range of soft scoop ice creams which can be served in either a tub or a variety of flavoured cones. What makes this even better is the fact that it's included within your fare, so make sure you give it a try at least once. Now, nearby is the pizza place. As the name suggests, this serves a range of delicious freshly made pizzas, as well as the chance to pick up a drink as well. Now, we found it perfect for the end of the night when you fancied a few slices before heading to bed, because why not? You're on a cruise after all. Moving further aft, we pass by the Grounds Club, which is a great coffee shop offering a range of coffee styles in either hot or cold options. You can also enjoy a tasty snack with it as well. As we move further aft, we pass by Resilient Lady's 3 seahorses. I have no idea why they're there, but I love it, and it's a great photo opportunity, especially on Scarlet Night. Next up is one of my favourite spaces on board, the Social Club. This is a true gamer's paradise, as there are tons of board games ranging from Jenga and Mousetrap to exploding kittens dotted around. It's a really fun and relaxed area, which was especially popular during sea days if you're wanting to pass the time a little. There's also a diner and bar here as well, where you can enjoy a range of hot dogs, popcorn and pretzels too. A personal highlight, however, is the sweets counter, which offered some incredible treats, including this peanut brittle which tasted so good. Nearby in one secluded spot is the Arcade Club, which gives you the chance to play on a variety of retro arcade games free of charge. Opposite, however, is the Loose Cannon, which is a great nautical themed bar hidden away from the hustle and bustle of the main thoroughfare of the ship. It seemed like a great spot to relax with friends, although I definitely want to have one of those octopus stands. Moving further aft, we pass by the Dockhouse. This Mediterranean-style bar felt really laid back, offering tons of comfy seats in a bright and airy space. Offering a number of specialty drinks such as some fresh juices and Mediterranean-inspired cocktails, this is a great place to relax and watch the world pass you by. If we go right to the aft of Deck 7, you encounter the Dock, a continuation of the Dockhouse. This area offers a large amount of outdoor deck space with some stunning wake views. Featuring a variety of large sofa beds and other seating types, we loved sitting out here on our sea days, just watching the wake of Resilient Lady as she sailed through the Adriatic. Another great feature to the dock and the Dockhouse is their roving meze cart, which gives you the chance to try some tasty grilled items which I would wholeheartedly recommend. Although they are only small plates, they are packed full of flavour and were perfect if you were feeling a bit peckish but didn't want to have a full meal. Now, around the entirety of Deck 7, there is a full wraparound promenade, which I massively appreciated. Although a good chunk of the promenade is obstructed by lifeboats and tenders, there are areas where you can enjoy uninterrupted sea views. There's a great vantage point at the front of the ship where you can look out and see Resilient Lady's bow cut through the waves. Midships, there's also a large amount of open deck space, giving you the chance to relax in some of the various sun lounges or sofas in this area. Now, decks 8 to 14 consist entirely of cabins. I was lucky enough to be shown several grades of cabin during our cruise, so I'll be sure to do individual videos, so make sure you keep an eye out for those. Jumping up to Deck 15, you'll find the Aquatic Club, which is the main pool area on board Resilient Lady. This is probably the most controversial design aspect of any Virgin Voyages ship. They are quite small in comparison to other cruise lines. On a more positive note, there did seem to be lots of comfy seating here in a variety of styles, as well as a bar nearby, so you wouldn't have to walk too far to get your favourite cocktail. Now, moving aft, we walk into the fitness area. This has a large well-being pool, which is essentially a giant hot tub and looked super inviting. Again, there's a number of sunbeds if you want to be a little less active and relax by the pool. The well-being pool also features this fantastically named gym and tonic bar, which offers a range of fresh juices, smoothies, in addition to your typical cocktails and soft drinks. Now, being the fitness area, there's also a set of My Beast bars near the pool itself if you want to work on your upper body fitness. There's also an extensive gym on board Resilient Lady, with the first being B Complex Burn and Bike, which features a number of treadmills, cross trainers, as well as a dedicated bike studio for spin sessions and things like that. On the opposite side, there is B Complex Build and Balance. This features a good range of weight machines, free weights, as well as bench press too. Now that you've worked up an appetite, situated at the aft of Deck 15 is the Galley. This is a marketplace style eatery which tries to distance itself from the often hectic buffets found on cruise ships. Ordering from your table via QR codes, you can enjoy a range of foods which are freshly cooked and served direct to you in most cases. This includes sushi, paninis, tacos, to even a 24-hour breakfast, so there really is something for everyone. Although I'd strongly recommend leaving some space for dessert because the options you get are just incredible and taste so good. Another great feature is the fact that you can get your own soft drinks, as well as regular teas and coffee, which are available all the time and also in all the bars throughout the ship. If the weather is good enough, however, I really recommend seeking out the aft alfresco portion of the galley, as it gives you the chance to enjoy your food whilst looking out to sea and hearing the wake of Resilient Lady. It definitely felt like a secret spot, as not many people sat here, so make sure you don't miss it. Nearby is the final main restaurant on board Resilient Lady, Gunbae, a Korean barbecue restaurant. This is probably the most unique experience you'll have, with the exception of Test Kitchen. This is due to the fact that each table holds 6 people, so you may potentially be sharing with 2 other couples that you may have never met before. Although I was quite apprehensive of this, we had a great time. Your main course is cooked right in front of you, which was really cool to see, although do keep some space for dessert as you get the chance to enjoy a great tasting ice cream. So if we move up to deck 16, at the aft of the ship, we encounter the Athletics Club. Described as an adult playground, this can be as relaxing or fun-filled as you like. With a nearby bar and oversized lounges right at the aft of the ship, it's a great place just to chill. There's also the net, which gives you a dizzying view all the way down to deck 7 and the ocean itself. Although a great vantage point, I did not like this at all, but the option is there if you're a bit more courageous than me. Moving midships, the adult playground theme continues, as there are giant swings, seesaws, chess sets and much more. Me and Yeyan absolutely loved this area, and it looked like lots of passengers did too, and I thought it was a great design feature by Virgin. If you're wanting to do something a bit more active, you can play in the ship's sports court or take part in a group workout in the nearby training camp, which offers HIIT classes and things like that. On the opposite side of the ship are the cabanas, which are a set of private cabanas available to rent, although they didn't seem operational during our cruise. Now moving midships on deck 16, you encounter the Sun Club, which are essentially the decks above the Wellbeing and Aquatic Pool, and give you tons of space to sit back, relax and top up on your tan. There's plenty of deck chairs in this space, as well as these mini red cabanas, which were always cool to sit in. If you spot something in the distance, you can also use the several binoculars on this deck, which I thought was a really nice touch. Moving further forward to the edge of the Sun Club, we encounter the Sun Club Cafe. Differing from your standard burger and hot dog poolside fare typically found on cruise ships, you can enjoy a range of tasty bao buns and rice bowls, which all tasted so good. It seemed to hide in plain sight for us, as we didn't realise you could actually get food here until the last few days of our cruise, so make sure you keep an eye out for it. Now, at the very front of deck 16 is Richard's Rooftop, which is a sun deck reserved exclusively for rock stars and mega rock stars. Now, Virgin kindly gave us access to this space for the duration of our cruise, so it was nice to see what it was like for ourselves. As soon as you walk in, it feels distinct from the rest of the ship, with there being tons of sun lounges and various deck furniture to relax in. In addition, you also get your own set of hot tubs away from the rest of the ship, as well as a dedicated bar, which offers a range of drinks, as well as offering free champagne for a short period in the afternoon. Overall, I feel like this is a good space for rock stars, as it helps guarantee an area away from the rest of the ship where you can relax in peace and quiet. Now, if we go back on ourselves and jump up to deck 17 at the aft of the ship, we encounter the Runway. This is a large jogging track which runs around Resilient Lady's funnel, and is perfect for those who are wanting to keep up to their running whilst on the cruise, or if you're like me and you just like taking in those fantastic sea views. It also gives you a great way of viewing the funnel, which I really appreciate. Deck 17 also features the perch, which looks out over the aft of the ship, giving some great views out to sea. This is the place to go if you enjoy yoga and want to try it first thing in the morning or throughout the day. Alternatively, it doubles up as an extra sun deck and can be used as a social spot for various exclusive cocktail parties which go on if the weather is suitable. As you can probably tell, I was massively impressed with my time on board Resilient Lady. She felt like a breath of fresh air and totally shook up my preconceived ideas as to what typically happens on a cruise ship, with its unique approach to entertainment, food, and its often quirky design. Virgin Voyages are really onto something here, with the food, level of service, and entertainment being consistently of a high standard throughout. Although not without its issues, I would probably say that this cruise was the best I have ever done, which is not something I say lightly, and hopefully shows you just how impressed I was with this cruise. Therefore, if you're going on Resilient Lady in the near future, you are going to have a fantastic time. So there you have it, my full ship tour of Resilient Lady, and I really hope you enjoyed it. A massive thank you to Virgin Voyages, Michelle in particular, for letting us go on this media trip and giving us the chance to experience everything Resilient Lady has to offer. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe because it's always appreciated. And if you want to know more about Cruising with Matthew, then take a look at my other social media links, which are in the description below. I hope that you're all doing well at the moment, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. So until next time, this is Cruising with Matthew, and thank you so much for watching.